Hey there, nature lovers. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of Empididae insects, also known as dance flies. These tiny creatures are part of the Diptera order and are found in almost every habitat on Earth. Empididae are known for their unique courtship behavior, where the male performs a dance to attract the female. This dance is a key feature that helps distinguish them from other insect families. These insects are important pollinators and predators, helping to maintain the balance of their ecosystems. They're also a valuable resource for scientists who study their behavior and adaptations to better understand the natural world. So, the next time you spot a dance fly, remember that you're witnessing a tiny piece of the incredible diversity of life on our planet. Empididae is a family of flies with over 3,000 described species occurring worldwide in all the biogeographic realms, but the majority are found in the whole Arctic. They are mainly predatory flies, like most of their relatives in the Empididae, and exhibit a wide range of forms, but are generally small to medium-sized, non-metallic, and rather bristly. Common names for members of this family are dagger flies, referring to the sharp, piercing mouthparts of some species, and balloon flies. The term dance flies is sometimes used for this family too. But the dance flies proper, formerly included herein, are now considered a separate family Hybotidae. Description for details of anatomical terms, see morphology of Diptera. Empididae are small to medium-sized flies, rarely large 1.0 to 15.0 millimeters. The body is slender or elongated and rarely thickset. The color ranges from yellow to black, and they may be pollinose or lustrous, but never have a metallic gloss. The head is often small and rounded with relatively large eyes. The eyes of the male, and rarely, the female, may be contiguous holoptic. The antennae usually have 3 segments, of which the third is the largest and bears a long or short, usually apical arista or style. The eyes often have an incision, notch at the level of the antennae. The proboscis is often long and in several genera powerful and piercing. If the mouthparts are strongly elongate, they project forward or downward toward the forelegs. Some species have short mouthparts. The legs are usually long and slender, but often powerful, and in some cases, the forelegs are raptorial, adapted to catching and holding prey. The wings are clear or partially tinged and, in some species, with a stigma spot or with a distinct pattern. Radial vein R4+5 is often forked, and the discal-medial cell DM is almost always present. The costa ends at or just beyond R4+5, or continues along the wing margin, and can be used as a characteristic to distinguish it from other families. 2. The venation of the wings in minute species is often simplified. The posterior part of the wings on the basal side of the anal vein bears the designation of axillary or anal lobe. In species with a highly developed axillary lobe, the margin may form an angle with the margin of the alula. This is termed the axillary angle, the size of which is often a good diagnostic feature. It can be distinguished from Dolichopodidae and Hybotidae by the presence of unrotated and symmetrical terminalia. The point of origin of its radial sector is at a distance from the humeral crossvein H equal to or longer than the length of H. Except for a few species, Empididae is easily distinguishable from the families Ragadidae and Atelestidae by having a prosternum that is fused with the proepisternum, which forms a percoxal bridge. To the larvae have a very slim and reduced head capsule hemicephalic, which is often retracted into the thorax, and an 8-segmented abdomen thuri with paired prolegs, distally bearing hooks, for on abdominal segments 1 to 7 or 1 to 8. 3. The pupae do not have a puparium. 5. Biological empidids are found in a variety of forest habitats, on the leaves of plants, on tree trunks, aquatic vegetation, and also in stream beds and seepage habitats. Some species are associated with open areas such as grasslands, agricultural fields, marshes, coastal zones, and beaches. Adults capture arthropod prey, including other diptera, including other empidids, hemiptera, homoptera, lepidoptera, trichoptera, thysanoptera, hymenoptera, neuroptera, plecoptera, ephemeroptera, coleoptera, collembola, and acari. Because of their predation, they are important natural and biological control agents of various pest insect species, and as a group with a vast species diversity, they occupy a wide range of habitats. Some adult Empididae also visit flowers to obtain nectar. At least a few groups Etiophila, Anthepiscopus, Amphilia, Alanthalia, and Euthynura obtain all their protein needs by feeding on pollen. Larvae are generally found in moist soil, rotten wood, dung, or in aquatic habitats, and also appear to be predaceous on various arthropods, particularly other diptera larvae. Some Empididae, such as the European species Hilarimora, have an elaborate courtship ritual in which the male wraps a prey item in silk and presents it to the female to stimulate copulation. It was first noticed that these flies carried nuptial gifts of silk by Baron Carl von Ossensacken. Empididae show diverse mating systems, ranging from species in which males aggregate in mating swarms and compete for choosing females to sex role reversed species in which females do aggregate and compete for the attention of choosing males. In some species, such as the North American species Ramphomia longicuata, competition for the food provided by males is so strong that females have developed elaborate ornaments, including feathery pennant scales on their legs, darkened wings, and inflatable abdominal sacs that enhance their attractiveness. Evolution and systematic sempid are well represented in amber deposits, and the family certainly seems to have been well established by the Cretaceous period at the latest. Two groups formerly placed here as subfamilies are now generally regarded as separate families in the Empidoidea, Atelestidae and Hybotidae. The Brachystomatidae are also sometimes separated as a distinct family, but this seems to be an error. The Microphorinae were long placed in the Empididae as a subfamily, then briefly classified as a distinct family, and are now considered a subfamily of the long-legged flies Dolichopodidae. 6-7. Dolichocephala irrata Clinocerinae. In Copulamong, the subfamilies currently placed herein. Not all are confirmed to be some rearrangements, in particular regarding the delimitation of Empididae versus Dolichopodidae, which together represent the bulk and the most advanced lineages of the Empidoidea, are likely to take place in the future. The Brachystonation, Empididae, and Hemerodrominae, however, seem to be natural groups of closest relatives in their entirety, and the Clinocerinae apparently are for the largest part. 7. Based on the most recent phylogenetic studies to the relationship between Empididae and other members of Empidoidea is as follows. The placement of Empididae is emphasized in bold formatting. Atelestidae atelestin in venation by celerina holidation tatadrum is a palidolid. Itea philonerigidadin, Clinocerina brachicum is brachystomatinacre. Trichopezini empid chylipodini piderini nonon. Identification call M1994. The Empidoidea diptera of Fennoscandia and Denmark. 3. Genus Empis. Leiden. Brill 29. Colin. J.E. 1961 British Flies. V.I. Empididae. Cambridge. Cambridge University Press. Engel. E.O. 1938 to 1950 for Empididae. In Lindner. E.Ed. Difliegen der Palgarktischen Region. 4. 28. 1 to 400. Frey are 1954 to 1956 Empididae. In Lindner. E.Ed. Difliegen der Palgarktischen Region 4. 28. 400 to 639. Gorkov. KB and Kovalev VG. Family Empididae in Babinko. Gia. 1988 Keys to the Insects of the European part of the USSR Volume 5 Diptera Part to English Edition. Keys to Palearctic species, but now needs revision. Empididae, also called dance flies, are a subfamily of empidoid flies. They are mainly predatory flies like most of their relatives and generally small to medium-sized. Most species are flower visitors, and they can be effective pollinators. Most dance fly species perform like mating, where males give courtship gifts to females. 1. Thank you for joining us on this informative journey through the fascinating world of Empididae insect family. We hope you've gained a new appreciation for these tiny but incredible creatures. Remember, the more we learn about nature, the better we can protect it. So, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep sharing your knowledge with others. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content. Until next time, keep discovering and stay curious.